So say you want to take a stump out of the ground, you don't want to grind it all the way down, rent a stump grinder, pick it up, drop it off. If you just want to be able to drive over it, or you're going to plant some grass there anyway, just grab you a leaf blower, preferably with a small attachment. Wait till a dry day and try to blow away as much dirt as you can from the bottom first. Once we blow away as much dirt as we can and shovel some away, you can also use a pressure washer if it's too wet to really blow anything away. You can then grab a cheap chainsaw. This one was $120. You can find it for as cheap as $99, chain and bar included. Then we're just going to cut it straight off. If your bar is not long enough to go all the way across, you could just come down in sections. So the dirt removal is primarily because that's what's going to dull your chainsaw. Axe some of it out, dig some of it out. Try to go away from the tree because you don't want it going back on the trunk. You might have to axe out some of these smaller roots just to get them out of the way. We also want to make this point as low as we can because this is where our chainsaw is going to be sitting. Our bar might be able to hit this, but you'll have to be going down at an angle unless you dig out a little bit. So I'll start on the lower side because of what I said, about the bar. Because of all these roots, I can just kind of dice those up one by one afterwards. So I have to say, first and foremost, don't do anything that I do as far as safety goes, or lack thereof. If I could say anything, though, is absolutely have glasses on, some sort of protective eyewear if you're cutting stumps. The wood is a lot tighter and springier, and it will fly into your face. I'm also doing what is known as a plunge cut. It's very dangerous, so unless you're very skilled, don't use the nose of the bar or the back of the bar or even come close, or you could risk kickback, which is where it'll basically just pop up and it could jump back and cut you, hit you in the face, etc. Some people would think you should have chaps, gloves. I don't know, some people might even think you need a hard hat out there, but I'm not going to say what to do or what not to do with that. Once I've made a cut basically all the way through the stump and I'm able to use the back of a maul, I can smash it out. You can use wedges to help lift it if you need. And then I usually just go back with an axe. Same thing with the springiness. Use glasses and cut off some extra roots or whatever. Like I said, the chainsaw will absolutely dull immediately if you hit the dirt. So make the top cuts first and just realize that your chain is probably going to get dull doing this. Be prepared to buy another chain. Here's another example where I'm cutting a wider stump with oak using a much more powerful chainsaw with a longer bar. But same thing applies. I made a few more cuts on the top compared to the last one so that I have less often that the chain's going to be in the dirt. Once I make those initial cross cuts, I can go in side by side with the smaller chainsaw and do the exact same thing as the first stump. Well, seems like now I'm just making a video of what not to do. So I'm just looking to flatten this out, have a surface that's sort of level. So I'm going back and flattening it out a little more, kind of carving with my bar. This is also pretty dangerous for kickback. You can then drill holes in it. In the holes, you can pour a stump out, or if you want something natural, think kerosene, you can just burn the stump, the remnants of it. I think you can actually also use Epsom salts in high quantities, magnesium. You can use a normal drill too, I just thought this was pretty cool. Holes don't gotta be this big either, I'm just messing around here.
pet that dog.